Thomas and friends, making tracks to great destinations.
Waterfall. Yeah. The waterfall is good on Getting out in the shed so far away, down the hills and round the bays, Thomas and his friends.
The island of Sodor is surrounded by beautiful blue sea. It has fields of green and sandy yellow beaches. There are rivers, streams, and lots of trees where the birds sing. There are windmills and a coal mine, and docks where visitors to the island arrive. The island also has lots and lots of railway lines. Who's that puffing down the track? It's Thomas! Hello, Thomas!
Hello, everybody! Welcome to the island of Sodor! Goodness me, what a strange day on Knapford Station. I've seen some sights on Sodor, but nothing as strange as that. I just can't explain it. Oh, hello there. How do you do? I'm Mr. Perkins. I'm one of the engine drivers here on the island of Sodor. Oh dear. I've just seen the strangest sight I've ever seen. Right here at Knapford Station, I saw a great big chicken. Well, it wasn't just a big chicken. I mean, it was a giant chicken, as tall as me, just walking along the platform like this. And that's not all. Then I saw a knight in shining armour. That's right, a knight in shining armour with his great big helmet and his sword just clanking down the street like this. Boom, 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 dun. And then I saw a pirate. That's right, a pirate with his big shiny boots and a patch over his eye going, "Arr, arr, 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 arr." I just don't know what's going on today. Oh. Knapford Station engine driver's common room. Sir Topham Hatt, sir. Yes, sir. Good day to you too, sir. Well, now you mention it, sir, it does seem a bit strange here at Knapford today, sir. Oh, I see. Well, that explains a lot, sir, yes. Oh, thank you, sir. I'd be delighted to come. A great big... Oh, yes, sir. I see a great big box. Yes, sir. Right, sir. I shall see you this evening, sir. Good day. Well, I say, that was Sir Topham Hatt. Tonight, he's holding a big costume party right here at Knapford Station. That's a party where everyone comes wearing very silly costumes. Even Sir Topham Hatt. That's why I saw all those strange things. It wasn't a real chicken or a pirate or a knight in shining armour. They were just people dressed up. How silly of me. But the exciting part is that Sir Topham Hatt has invited his engine drivers, which means me. Before I go, I need to find the costume. Now, Sir Topham Hatt has very kindly left us some costumes to try. They're here in this great big box. Let's have a look, shall we? Oh, I wonder what kind of costume this could be. Shall I try it on? See, now, I think this might be a cloak. Oh, yes. Oh, there's a hat. Oh, must try that on. Oh, it fits. Oh, yes, that's very good. What could that be?
Pop goes Thomas. It was summer on the island of Sodor. Engines puffed and chuffed happily in the sunshine. The children were excited. Today was their summer picnic in the Whispering Woods. Thomas was excited too. He had a very special.
This is the lemonade for the school picnic, Thomas. You must take it to Whispering Woods Halt.
Yes, sir.
Thomas had never carried lemonade before. He puffed proudly out of Knapford Station. On the way, Thomas went over some bumpy track.
Sizzling fireboxes!
Rattle, rattle, shake, shake went the lemonade in Thomas's freight car. And then...
Look at me! Look there! Look!
Pop went one of the corks. Thomas couldn't see what had made the popping sound.
Bust my buffers! That noise was very funny.
Thomas stopped at a junction.
The Whispering Woods Halt is straight ahead. But if I take the left track, it's bumpier. Maybe then I'll hear the funny popping noise again. I'd like that.
So, Thomas took the left track. The track was very bumpy.
Whoa! If I bounce along the track, perhaps that sound will soon come back. The sound that makes me smile and giggle when I puff on tracks that jiggle.
Rattle, rattle, shake, shake, wobble the lemonade. Pop, 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 burst the corks.
That sound makes me very happy.
Then Thomas saw Mr. Bubbles the clown. He was going to the school picnic too.
Hello, Mr. Bubbles. Isn't this the funniest noise you've heard?
A popping cork hit Mr. Bubbles. It knocked his big red nose off. But Thomas didn't know he'd knocked off Mr. Bubbles' red nose. He was too busy thinking about the next bit of bumpy track.
That was fun. I know where there is some even bumpier track ahead. That means more funny popping.
This track was very bumpy indeed.
If I bounce along the track, perhaps that sound will soon come back. The sound that makes me smile and giggle when I puff on tracks that jiggle.
Rattle, rattle, shake, shake, wobbled the lemonade. Pop, 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 pinged the corks. Right into a field of pigs. The pigs were surprised as corks dropped and plopped into the mud around them.
What a jolly noise!
Then Thomas saw some bakers. They were waiting outside the bakery. They were waiting for Emily. Emily was coming to pick up the cakes for the picnic.
Isn't this the funniest noise you've heard?
Popping corks hit the bakers and the cakes. All the cakes were spoiled. But Thomas still didn't notice. He was too busy thinking about the next bit of bumpy track.
If I take this track, it will be the bumpiest track on the whole of Sodor. If I bounce along the track, perhaps that sound will soon come back. The sound that makes me smile and giggle when I puff on tracks that jiggle.
Rattle, rattle, shake, shake, jiggle the lemonade. Pop, 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 pop the corks. Then Thomas saw James. James was taking the children to the picnic.
Hello, James. Isn't this noise the funniest noise you've heard?
But James didn't think it was funny at all when a cork bounced off his shiny red paint. He tracked.
Sizzling fireboxes!
Rattle, rattle, shake, shake went the lemonade in Thomas's freight car. And then, pop went one of the corks. Thomas couldn't see what had made the popping sound.
Bust my buffers! That noise was very funny.
Thomas stopped at a junction.
The Whispering Woods halt is straight ahead. But if I take the left track, it's bumpier. Maybe then I'll hear the funny popping noise again. I'd like that.
So, Thomas took the left track. The track was very bumpy.
Whoa! If I bounce along the track, perhaps that sound will soon come back. The sound that makes me smile and giggle when I puff on tracks that jiggle.
Rattle, rattle, shake, shake, wobble the lemonade. Pop, 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 burst the corks.
That sound makes me very happy.
Then Thomas saw Mr. Bubbles the clown. He was going to the school picnic too.
Hello, Mr. Bubbles. Isn't this the funniest noise you've heard?
A popping cork hit Mr. Bubbles. It knocked his big red nose off. But Thomas didn't know he'd knocked off Mr. Bubbles' red nose. He was too busy thinking about the next bit of bumpy track.
That was fun. I know where there is some even bumpier track ahead. That means more funny popping.
This track was very bumpy indeed.
If I bounce along the track, perhaps that sound will soon come back. The sound that makes me smile and giggle when I puff on tracks that jiggle.
Rattle, rattle, shake, shake, wobbled the lemonade. Pop, 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 ping the corks. Right into a field of pigs. The pigs were surprised as corks dropped and plopped into the mud around them.
What a jolly noise!
Then Thomas saw some bakers. They were waiting outside the bakery. They were waiting for Emily. Emily was coming to pick up the cakes for the picnic.
Isn't this the funniest noise you've heard?
Popping corks hit the bakers and the cakes. All the cakes were spoiled. But Thomas still didn't notice. He was too busy thinking about the next bit of bumpy track.
If I take this track, it will be the bumpiest track on the whole of Sodor. If I bounce along the track, perhaps that sound will soon come back. The sound that makes me smile and giggle when I puff on tracks that jiggle.
Rattle, rattle, shake, shake, jiggle the lemonade. Pop, 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 pop the corks. Then Thomas saw James. James was taking the children to the picnic.
James, isn't this noise the funniest noise you've heard?
But James didn't think it was funny at all when a cork bounced off his shiny red paint.
Flatten my funnel! What was that?
Then there was trouble. The popping corks hit the signalman. He was so surprised, he pulled the wrong lever. The tracks changed. James was sent into a siding. James bumped the buffers. Luckily, no one was hurt. But still, Thomas didn't notice. He was having a wonderful time. At last, Thomas arrived at Whispering Woods Halt. Sir Topham Hatt wasn't happy.
Thomas, you have caused confusion and delay. Mr. Bubbles has lost his nose. Now he will be late. When Emily arrived to pick up the cakes, they were spoiled. Has bumped the buffers, and the bottles in your freight car have lost their corks. The lemonade is all gone.
Suddenly, the very last cork popped and knocked Sir Topham Hatt's hat right off his head. Sir Topham Hatt was surprised. Thomas gasped.
Cinders and ashes. The funny popping sound that made me laugh must have been the corks. This is all my fault, sir.
Thomas felt terrible. Now the children couldn't have their picnic.
I could put this right, sir.
Thomas pumped his pistons and chuffed quickly away. First, Thomas puffed to the bakery. The bakers had baked more cakes, and they were loaded onto Thomas's freight cars. Then, Thomas chuffed to Knapford for more lemonade. He saw Mr. Bubbles. Mr. Bubbles had bought a new red nose.
I'm sorry about your nose, sir. And I'm sorry I made you late. Now, may I take you to the picnic?
That's a splendid idea, Thomas. Soon, Thomas was steaming back to Whispering Woods Halt. On the way, Thomas told Mr. Bubbles all about the popping corks.
They made a very funny sound. It made me laugh. It made me happy.
Soon, Thomas, you will hear a sound that makes you feel even happier.
Thomas was puzzled. This time at the junction, Thomas took the flat track straight to Whispering Woods Halt. Thomas arrived at Whispering Woods Halt just in time. Not one of the corks had popped. The children saw Thomas had brought Mr. Bubbles and the cakes. Thomas listened to the children, laughing and cheering.
Now, Thomas, that is the happiest sound of all.
You're right, Mr. Bubbles.
And Thomas laughed loudest of all.
Whoa, look at me. I think I know what it is. I'm a magician. A magician who does magic tricks. Let's have a go. Hello. I am the great Parkino, and I am the greatest magician in the whole of Sodor. Watch my magic tricks and be amazed. Oh dear. I don't know any magic tricks.
Get the cover.
I better try and think of one.
You get the cover.
Oh, of course. Magicians sometimes use their hats for tricks, don't they?
You get the cover.
Let's give it a go.
I will go to
Now, what
drink
shall I
coffee.
do? Oh, a magic word.
No. You get the
Kazam!
cover now.
Oh, this old sock isn't very magical, is it? Oh, it's very smelly though.
It's the bed.
Well, that didn't work very well, did it? I better have another practice.
Cover na.
Oh, oh, oh. Knapford's.
Ay, nako, Miguel.
bed first. Get the phone first. See you. Hello, what did you do? Ay, akala ko pinasulo naman. Come na, comb your hair. Later. Miguel?
What? That? Yeah. Hulog.
Ako sulog.
The hulog to train.
Train. Touch.
You climb the highest mountain, cross the river deep. Maybe you'll find it's never as easy as it first appears. Just remember not to worry or get down at heart.
This loading. Yeah.
Never lose faith in positive thinking. You'll be amazed when you achieve all the things you start. Never give up, even though the going stops. Don't stop trying when you're tiring. Never give up, even though you're feeling weak. If at first you don't succeed, never.
Loading.
Give up. If at first you don't succeed, then try and try again. Nothing in life is ever as easy, but you get there in the end. So throw your heads and walls behind you, start a brand new day. Nothing can stop you reaching your goal. If you're just think you can.
Ala!
Mama.
To train this hulog. Too big.
Do it, you can find a way. So never give up, even though the going's tough. Don't stop trying when you're tiring and you're out of punch. Never give up, even though you're feeling rough. If at first you don't succeed, never give up. Something seem impossible, answers hard to find.
Whoops. You tell to mama
No
first.
matter how improbable,
Tell to mama
you won't
first.
know until you try.
Tell to mama first.
Whatever you choose, it just takes a little luck. So remember, never give up.
You wait lang. You tell to mama first. You go away. Mama. Do not scratch it. Stop scratching it. Oh, no more. I blow na. Mama na. Say good morning. Say good morning. Good morning. Say good morning na. Ay, kiss na. Mama na. Oh, say good morning na. Say good morning. Mama na. Ay, kiss na.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will go and eat with Lola. I will go and cook Lola.
Bless na, bless na. I will go and eat, Mama. Bless na tayo, nagkakanta Mama. Bless na, bless.
Thank you.
Hug na,
God
Elsa, hug na,
bless
Elsa.
you.
Hug na, Elsa. Hug, 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 hug.
Hug, 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 hug. You will you know what? Barney, okay? Kaya ka. You go down. When you can hug Lola for me, and you also bless, huh? Also hug Ali for me, okay?